Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Barry Silver on behalf of Congregation Va-Dor. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our celebration of Shabbat. And during this month of July, we also celebrate our good fortune in living in the United States of America. Our motto in America is E pluribus unum. Out of many are one. And you know what? That's also the watchword of the Jewish faith, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, which indicates the fact that we believe we all come from a common source, a creative power, and therefore we are all one. Indeed, the Haitian flag says, L'union fait la force. There is strength in unity, and this is a wonderful motto for us. We celebrate, as Jews, the fact that we can join together and link arms with Jews across the ages, across the geographical span of planet Earth, all united by a common quest, a common goal, and common ideals. And we are going to be celebrating that unity throughout this Shabbat celebration. You know, it's interesting that in science, they also are all united behind reason. What would happen if in science someone said, I have faith that the earth is round? Someone else said, no, I have faith that it's flat. Someone else said, I have faith that the earth goes around the sun. And someone else says, I have faith that the sun goes around the earth. What would happen if instead of discussing it, testing it, investigating, they just said, I have faith. You can't challenge me. How would they achieve unity? The only way you can achieve unity under those circumstances is just by brute force, or perhaps trying to eliminate all those people who disagree with you. That's how religion has been for eons, until today. Today at Congregation Va-Dor, we unite the scientific method, the search for truth based on reason and logic and science, with the ideals and the noble aspirations of religion. Therefore, we place blind faith in no gods. Rather, we place our faith in reason, in science, and in love. We are united, therefore, not by blind faith, but by a search for truth, aided by the rational mind, science, and also common sense. Join with us at Congregation Va-Dor as we unite the two great revelations of humanity, science and religion. The founder of Reconstructionist Judaism referred to this power of reason and light as cosmic energy. And therefore we follow in his footsteps, as well as so many others, with cosmic Judaism, a form of Judaism that seeks to unite all Jews behind reason and logic and love. This particular Shabbat, don't go anywhere, because you are in for a treat as we learn about the first reference to cowboys in the history of humanity. And you will see that the very first cowboys were Jewish. Stay tuned, and now let the celebration of Shabbat begin.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu v'mitzvotov v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Vaed.
Adonai Siflatai Tiftach Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, ועזרת שרה.
Our theme this Shabbat is unity. And so as we enter into a few moments of silent meditation, I'd like us all to ponder the fact that when we were born, we didn't have an issue with anyone. We were just filled with the capacity to love all people. It was only somewhere along the way that we picked up some bad ideas, picked up some conflicting thoughts, or got involved in disputes with other people. Let us spend these moments of silent meditation thinking about how can we become more united with all people. Perhaps we could do something radical, like go out for lunch with somebody who belongs to a different political party. Perhaps we could give a call to someone who practices a different religion. Or even more shocking, perhaps we could call a fellow Jew who doesn't belong to our particular denomination of Judaism. Let us spend a few moments in silent meditation. Let us meditate on how we can achieve unity between us and all people.
מי שברך אבותינו, מי שברך אמותינו, הוא יברך את החולים. מי שברך אבותינו, מי שברך אמותינו, הוא יברך את החולים. וישלח להם מהרה רפואה, רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, ונאמר אמן. מי שברך אבותינו, מי שברך אמותינו, הוא יברך את החולים.
Our Torah reading this Shabbat is from the book of Numbers, fascinating passage called Mattot. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach, Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam vaed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. ומקנה רב היה לבני ראובן ולבני גד עצום מאוד. And the tribes of Gad and Reuben possessed great numbers of cattle. ויראו את ארץ יעזר ואת ארץ גיליעד, והנה המקום מקום מקנה. And they took a look at the land of Gilead and Ya'azel that God had promised to them. And behold, this was cattle country. ויבואו בני גד ובני ראובן ויאמרו אל משה ואל אלעזר הכהן ואל נשיאי העדה לאמור. And they approached Moses and Eleazar, the high priest, and the elders of Israel, and they said, Atahot v'Tivan v'Yazer v'Nimra v'Cheshbon v'Leala v'Sivan v'Navo uv'on ha'aretz asher hika Adonai lifnei adat Yisrael eretz miknehu u'la'avdecha mikneh. And they listed all the place names that lay before them that God had promised to the children of Israel. And they said, all these places are cattle country. And behold, your servants, we have much cattle. Vayomru, im matzanu chen beinecha, yiten et haaretz hazot la'avdecha la'achuzah. And they said, if we have found favor in your sight, grant us this land as a possession. Al ta'avirenu et hayarden. Don't make us cross the Jordan. Vayomer Moshe livnei Gad v'livnei Reuven ha'achechem yavou lemilchama va'atem teshavu po. Moses said to them, are you suggesting that your brethren should cross the Jordan into Canaan in order to take the promised land and to fight battles there, and you will remain behind and let them fight on their own? V'lama tin'un et lev b'nei Yisrael me'ever el eretz asher natan lehem Adonai. Why should you discourage the children of Israel from crossing the Jordan by being a source of disunity? Ko asu avotechem b'shalchi otam kadesh barnea lirot et haaretz. That's exactly what happened when I sent your fathers out to scout out the land of Israel. V'ya'alu ad nachal Eshkol, and they came to the valley of Eshkol, v'yiru'u et haaretz, v'yaniyu et lev b'nei Yisrael, levilti bo el haaretz asher natan lehem Adonai. That's exactly what happened with your fathers when they went to scout out the land and they told the people it's too difficult, forget about it, don't try to enter, and they discouraged them. V'yichar af Adonai bayom hahu. And God got really angry with them on that day. V'yishva lemor im yich'u ha'anashim ha'olim mimitzrayim miben 20 shana u'lemala et ha'adama asher nishbati l'Avraham li'Yitzchak u'li'Yaakov. And he said, any person who is 20 years old or older, who came out of Egypt, that entire generation, would not enter the land that I promised to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Ki lo mel'o acharei bilti Kalev ben Yefunah ha-Knaani u'Yahashua ben Nun. The only two people who would be able to enter the land of Canaan of that generation would be Caleb and Joshua. Vayichar af Adonai b'Yisrael vayin'um b'midbar 40 shana ad hem kol hador ha'oseh ha'aretz be'enei Adonai v'hinei kamtem tacheh avatechem tarbut anashim chatatam lisafot od al cherafun af Adonai al Yisrael. And now you come before me, repeating the sins of the past, having learned nothing. And you want to have all the children of Israel fight in a battle for the Holy Land while you stay behind. The blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu turat emet v'chai olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. This is a fascinating passage. I just want you to know that later on, the tribe of Reuven and Gad came around and they said to Moses, no, we will go and fight. And afterwards, we asked that when the battles are over, that we be allowed to come here, and they worked out an arrangement. But this is an amazing passage. You get to find out in this passage that the first cowboys ever recorded in history were Jews, members of the tribe of Reuben and Gad. That should come as no surprise. After all, those of us who watch Bonanza know that cowboys have been Jewish for a long time. Lauren Green, who played Ben Cartwright, Michael Landon, who played Little Joe, they were both Jewish. The names of the characters, Joe and Ben Cartwright and Adam, they all had Hebrew names. So we're not surprised at all to find that the first cowboys were Jewish. But these cowboys were not like the Cartwrights. The Cartwrights were unified, they were strong, they were courageous like the Jewish people. And that's why they always were victorious in the end. And that's why they had such a wonderful life together on the Ponderosa. But what happened here? This is a very different story. Here the tribes of Gad and Reuben said to Moses, "Okay, Moses, you go to battle while we skedaddle with our cattle." And Moses said, "Don't addle me and stop this prattle, because I'm not going to dilly-daddle. And if you persist in this, I will tattle. And if I tattle to God, you'll be up the Jordan without a paddle." So the people of Gad and Reuben, they got worried and they got nervous. And they said, "Okay, look, we're going to grab the bull by the horns and we will take one step over. But would it be okay if we decided not to skedaddle with our cattle, and while you go to battle, if we decided to straddle and had 1 foot in the Holy Land and 1 foot back on the other side of the Jordan?" And Moses got very upset with them and said, "No, we all must fight together." My friends, this is the story of the Jewish people. We are small in number, but when we get together and when we unite and when we fight for a good cause, we can accomplish incredible things. We can indeed not only enter a promised land, we can help humanity to enter the promised land of reason, of love, of harmony, of working together in order to unite all of humanity. The goals, the dreams of the prophets of a world at peace and brotherhood, those dreams, those Jewish dreams, are also the American dream. And they've also become the dream of humanity. What is the message of this passage? Really, it's saying that you can't sit on the fence. Otherwise, our leaders and our conscience will take offense. And so we learn from this passage that each one of us is asked to join together with our people, because united, we are powerful, and divided, we are nothing. We must not be observant Jews alone. We must be active Jews. Someone once asked, "How many people work in the Vatican?" And the person answered, "About half of them." That's the problem with the Jewish people. We ask, how many Jews are committed Jews, working together to make this world better and working towards Jewish ideals? Sadly, we can't even say half. The number would be much smaller. Many of our Jewish people are so busy carrying out mindless ritual that we have no time to make the world a better place. Many of us are so busy in our daily affairs, too busy to go to synagogue and immerse ourselves in Judaism. We don't have time to even think or learn about Jewish ideals. So many of our people are so committed to one political party or another that their allegiance and their loyalty is to politics. Or maybe it's to playing canasta, or playing games, or maybe it's playing sports, or maybe it's watching TV or eating out. All of these things are interesting pleasures and nice pastimes, but they should never take the place of working together for a common cause. As I mentioned in the beginning of this Shabbat celebration, we Jews can unite by rallying together behind the light of love in the light of reason. If we are divided among factional lines, partisan lines, denominational lines, we are nothing. My friends, the Jewish people need to unite, but not like others. We're not a flock. We're not a herd. We don't just mindlessly follow. That would be unheard of for the Jewish people. Rather, I hope that there will be heard throughout the land the call of the Jewish people as reflected in the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Let all of us hear this call of unity. Let us spur us and stir us, not to straddle, but to jump in with both feet and engage in the most exciting, the most thrilling, the most important battle of all. The battle to transform this world from what it is into what it could be. The battle to make real the dreams of our prophets, where one day all of us shall sit under our vine and fig tree. None shall make us afraid, and all nations shall live together in peace. Each one of us is needed. We are small in number. You are needed. I am needed. We are all needed. Working together, we can help humanity reach our promised land. Shabbat Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל, אמרו, אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו מיעקב ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום. Shalom aleinu mi'alko Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu mi'alko Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu mi'alko Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu. Mi'alko Israel. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We have spoken much about unity, this Shabbat in July, where we celebrate the independence of the United States and the unity of America. And so when we recite the Kaddish, let us try to unite our lives with the lives of Jews who have come before us. Let us stand on their shoulders and continue their noble efforts to make this world better and to try to be a source of enlightenment. Let us unite our lives with those of our parents, our dear ones, and people of all faiths and all creeds working together on a holy cause as we read the Kaddish in their memory and in their honor. Yiskadav yiskadash shemer Abba, v'yamad yivrach ruseh v'yamlich malchuseh, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayeh l'chol beis Yisrael, v'agala bizman kariv yimru amen. Yehi shemer Abba mivorach le'olam ulmei ulmaya, yisparach v'yistabach v'yischomar v'yischomam v'yisnaseh, v'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shemer kudesha berechu. Le'elam min kol birchasa v'shirasa, tishbechasa v'nechamasa, damiron b'yama v'yirmu amen. Yehi shlom araba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'yimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. It is now time for our final benediction. Before I deliver the benediction, in the spirit of unity, I just want to share with you something from the world of science that teaches us so much about how we can be fully developed as a Jewish people. I'm sure you've heard of the term laser, and you probably know what a laser is. It actually has the power and the ability to cure cancer and to pierce through metal and to shoot a beam from here all the way to the moon. How does it work? Well, light is usually very dispersed, but when all the photons align and point in the same direction, it accomplishes miracles. What is a laser? It stands for light amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation. But laser to me has another meaning as well. It also stands for let's all share energized religion. Let's have all the Jewish people line up and face the same direction. Does that mean we all think alike? Absolutely not. It just means that we have common goals and common dreams and common aspirations to spread the light of reason and of love and of harmony. That is my blessing. That is my benediction for all of us. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May you be blessed and preserved by the power of unity among our people. Ya'ech Adonai panav elecha v'yuchuneka. May the light of love and of reason shine upon you always. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May we be lifted up by one another, by the strength that comes from joining our lives together in common goal and common purpose, so that we may all work together as Jews to bring about a world of peace. My friends, it's been a pleasure being with you this Shabbat. I look forward to more happy occasions and also joining together with you in person as soon as possible. I want to thank you for spending this Shabbat with Congregation Va-Dor. It's been a great pleasure for me to share some of the joys of Shabbat with you. I thank you for being part of this Shabbat celebration. And let us remember from this wonderful Torah reading, there is no greater pleasure, there is no greater privilege than being part of the Jewish people and our effort to work together. Never should we straddle. Never should we stay behind. Let us all join together in that most exciting enterprise of serving as a light to the nations. Shabbat Shalom.
Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, oh. Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, oh. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira. Come let us sing. What do I think?
It's a match.
What? You agree?
I agree.
You've made me a happy man.
Good.
Let's drink on it.
Why not? To you.
No, my friend. To you.
To the both of us.
To our agreement.
Our agreement.
To our prosperity,
our good health and happiness,
and most important,
to life,
L'chaim,
l'chaim, l'chaim.
To life.
Here's to the Father I've tried to be.
Here's to your pride to be.
drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life.
Life has a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life.
God would like us to be joyful, even though our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful
When there's really something to be joyful for.
To life, l'chaim.
to title
My daughter,
My wife, it gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim
to life. To raise a wolf, to tevye.
to title my daughter, my wife.
Futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life,
l'chaim, l'chaim, to life.
It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life.
We'll raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good luck that favors you. We know that when good fortune favors two such, when it stands to reason, we deserve it too.
To life and all good fortune. Be happy, be healthy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim.
To life.
To our prosperity,
Our good health and happiness,
and most important,
To life,
l'chaim,
l'chaim, l'chaim.
to life.
Here's to the Father I've tried to be.
Here's to your pride to be.
Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim, 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 to life.
Life has a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life.
God would like us to be joyful, even though our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful
When there's really something to be joyful for.
To life, l'chaim.
to title
My daughter,
My wife, it gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim
to life. To raise a wolf, to tevye.
to title my daughter, my wife.
Futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life,
l'chaim, l'chaim, to life.
It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life.
We'll raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good luck that favors you. We know that when good fortune favors two such, when it stands to reason, we deserve it too.
To life and all good fortune. Be happy, be healthy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim.